Once upon a time, in a quiet garden at the edge of a small town, there grew many young trees. The gardener took great care of them. Every morning he watered the soil, trimmed the branches, and whispered gentle words to help them grow strong and straight. Among those trees, there was one that was different. While the others stood tall and straight, this one grew with a strange bend in its trunk. No matter how the gardener tried to support it with sticks and ropes, it kept leaning to one side. The other trees often laughed at it. "Look at you," said one tall tree, proud of its perfect shape. "You'll never be strong like us. You'll never reach the sky." The crooked tree stayed silent. It felt embarrassed every time someone passed by and pointed at it. "What an odd tree," they said. "It looks broken." Seasons passed. The trees grew taller and stronger, forming a beautiful green canopy. The crooked tree, however, still leaned awkwardly, but the gardener never cut it down. He still watered it, still talked to it softly every morning. One summer afternoon, dark clouds rolled in. The wind howled fiercely. A terrible storm swept through the town. Lightning struck nearby. The garden shook under the roaring thunder. When the storm finally passed, the garden was in ruins. Many of the tall, straight trees had snapped in half. Their perfect trunks lay scattered across the ground. But the crooked tree still stood. Its bent trunk had helped it bend with the wind instead of breaking. The next morning, the gardener walked through the wrecked garden, heart heavy with sadness. Then he stopped in front of the crooked tree. It was still alive, leaves trembling, roots strong. He smiled softly. "You made it," he whispered. "You survived." The crooked tree looked around and saw the fallen trees beside it. For the first time, it didn't feel ashamed. It felt grateful. Over the next few weeks, the gardener cleared away the broken trees. Sunlight now poured directly onto the crooked tree's side. Birds came to rest on its branches. Children played under its shade. It became the heart of the garden. One afternoon, a little boy asked the gardener, "Why didn't you cut down this weird tree before? It's not as straight as the others." The gardener smiled and said, "My boy, when I first planted these trees, I thought this one was imperfect. But today, it's the only one that survived the storm. Sometimes, what seems like a weakness is really a kind of strength. We just don't see it yet." The boy nodded slowly, staring at the tree. He noticed how the sunlight hit its twisted trunk, how its leaves shimmered in the golden light. It looked beautiful in its own way. From that day on, no one ever laughed at the crooked tree again. Visitors loved to sit under its shade. Artists painted it. Poets wrote about it. And the tree, once ashamed of its shape, finally understood. It wasn't broken. It was simply different, and that difference had saved it. The gardener often said to those who came to see it, "Perfection isn't what makes something valuable. Strength isn't always about standing straight. Sometimes being a little bent means being strong enough to stand when others fall."